Okie dokie, boys and girls, we are back at my dad's because, as we saw last time, the E21 is not starting and I really want to figure it out before the summer actually goes, because it's a car that needs to be enjoyed. It's a car that I need to have running. It's such a shame to have it just sat there rotting away. Well, it's not literally rotting away, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's sad to have it sat there when I could be out driving it, enjoying it, especially now that I'm back in the UK. Lots of things been going on this last week. Unfortunately, as I said before, I was coming back to do Drift Masters, and now we're only doing one round because the rest of the season's been cancelled, unfortunately, due to the coronavirus stuff. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I understand why they've had to make that decision. But for me, it was a bit of a blow because I've been waiting on for ages with the thought of going back to work, but now that's all changed. So now I have plenty of time and no excuse not to get this car going. So me, Dad and David are back at the unit today to try and figure out whether old Red can get moving again. So let's see what the crack is. Dad's put fuel in it. It's like, it has got fuel in it, hasn't it? I'm like, yes, don't worry about that. Oh, it's dark in here. That's one thing I do need to do, is turn lights on. Sorry, Dad, I'm raising your electric bill. Hokey cokey. David? Dad? Oh, you haven't got your mask on, Dad. Don't worry. Cool, so we put some fuel in it, and in theory, this is gonna work.
Give it a go.
Did you get a new mask?
Yeah.
You're actually not ridiculous. Okay, fine. All right, I'm gonna pass this to you and see if we can see it's heavy.
All right, just try that.
Okay.
You never know you look.
Choke or no choke, do you reckon?
No. That's it. No.
Nah.
Not even firing. Not even trying to fire.
Oh, okay. Right, let's get the bonnet.
Okay, what's the fuel gauge now showing?
Quarter of a tank.
Okay.
So
Just try it one more time with a bit of choke. Okay.
Okay. So last time we figured out if you put a little bit of fuel.
You take this off. Yeah. There's the fuel pump there.
Where is it?
Works off the camshaft. It's that lump under the intake filter. Under the intake.
Okay, I got you. So she's in there. That's gonna be fun to get out. So it's a mechanical fuel pump, not electric as we first thought.
Yeah.
So that means it's a little bit harder to change?
Well, I think the first thing to do is just to see if there's any fuel coming through this filter from the tank. So what I'm going to do is there's nothing there.
Okay. So it's not, there's fuel not going through there. Okay, so what are we doing now?
Oh, we're going to provide a slave little fuel reservoir.
Okay.
And connect the inlet to the fuel pump to it.
Okay.
And see if the engine then starts. If it does start, then we've got a problem between the fuel tank and the line going under the car.
Okay. So could that be like a perished fuel line or something?
It could be a perished fuel line. It could be because the government insists on putting methanol into ordinary petrol, which destroys nitrile rubber. It could be there's a chemical compound called SH1T that gets into fuel lines.
Whatever that means, Dad. It's a good job that Dad's here to help me with this, because I'd be like...
Do you know what SH1T is?
SH1T. Oh, it's shit. Oh, I thought it was like an actual... that took me far too long to get that. Far too long.
Okay. So is this fuel pump?
Okay. So So it is the fuel pump.
It
So we've
is.
checked to see if it's actually drawing any of the fuel. And it's
well,
not.
It has only 12 inches of fuel line to suck from, and
Okay.
nothing was being sucked in.
Right.
You'd have expected it to start. Dave,
Well-
1 second.
At least we've managed to figure out what that is.
No, there's nothing squirting.
Yeah.
No fuel in there. Okay.
Okay, so now we need to find a fuel pump for a 1983 BMW E21 on a Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock.
There's two empty, and it's just taking longer than we'd thought.
Have you just squeezed fuel all over yourself?
I worked the doobrey, but it was pointing that way,
Okay, and you put it
and
on.
I've now got wet trousers. But
Great, but that's
so the fuel pump is working.
okay.
So I can only assume. No, we've got to do this test of the push rod to see that that's moving in and out.
Okay, all right, we'll do that.
So we need to get a spanner on the crankshaft nut and just turn it over slowly by hand.
Okay, so we've taken the fuel pump off and then actually had a closer look at it and figured out that it still works. So we're kind of just chasing it backwards now and sort of trying to see if maybe the fuel lines are blocked or something like that. I don't really fancy trying to suck the fuel out of the line today, so I might get my brothers to do that. That's what they're there for, aren't they? But we're going to put the fuel pump back on now and put some fuel again into the carb and see if we can get it moving. Because I don't understand what's wrong with it. Well, nor does Dad. Okay. Okay. Okay, we are live and kicking. Thank God. Yay! The result. The E21 is finally running. There wasn't actually anything wrong with the fuel pump in the end. It just sat for so long that we think it might have got like some air into the fuel line or something like that. But anyway, she's running smooth as a peach now. Well, I definitely need to say thank you to my dad and my brother for helping me, so I'm going to take the car out, and it has to make an inaugural journey to McDonald's to get Dad a strawberry milkshake because he defo deserves it. And then I'm going to wash it, and then I'm going to take it out and go take some pictures because, do you know what, on a Saturday where I've got not much else to do, it's nice to go take my car for a drive and just visit some of the old haunts of Coventry.
Maintain myself outside of the bubble whilst ever I wasn't wearing my mask.
I can't actually get over you with that thing on, it looks so ridiculous. Oh, we're about to go for our first drive in how many months?
6 months.
6 months.
Came here just after Christmas, didn't it?
Yeah, and the first stop is obviously
August.
Mackie D's. Okay, she's finally made it, and the air ride still works, so this is all a plus. And although she's a bit dusty, she looks absolutely great. Oh, I do love this car. I'm so happy to have it out again. And it's running absolutely beautiful. Right, let's go get some Mackies. So weird driving a manual car again. I've got so used to driving automatic. Feels great to be out in it again though. And it's still really smooth. Like I had the car over at Hack Engineering probably like last year, and he did all the timing and just checked everything, and it still runs as smooth as it did. So it just must have been the fact that she'd been sat for 6 months. Just wasn't very happy. made it back from its maiden voyage and it is alive. What do you think, Dad?
I think it's marvellous.
Isn't it? Old school mechanics still coming through. The old knock.
It's amazing what you can do with
Get out the sun. Yeah, you're gonna burn your head. There you go.
with a water bottle full of petrol and a bit of good old-fashioned
Tinkering.
test one thing after another thing.
Mad to think that these two cars are connected by, I don't know, 30 odd years. This is obviously the first generation 3 Series, and now you have, well, it's not quite the latest iteration, but fairly late on. They just look so different, and the size difference I can't even explain to you. Like, that is massive in comparison to this. It makes the E21 look teeny weeny. Right, let's get some buckets and let's get this car washed. Can you believe, Dad, I've got to the grand age of 28 and I can't work a hose? Right, just need to quickly dry the car. To be fair, it was waxed and washed before I put it in all those.
You need to get it done quickly in this sunshine.
No, they developed their product so that it's not affected by heat, because obviously in America it's very hot when people wash their cars. So it's grand. Yeah, it's grand. Don't worry about it. It'll be good. This is all sparkly now. She looks great. I'm not even going to bother doing that one. I'll do that at a later date. Do that one. That's a firm.
Do Chucky.
It's a firm no from me. Okay, just want to talk to you guys about this product which I've been using. So obviously I've washed and dried the car, and then you put a layer of this on, which is the sealant hydrophobic wax from Turtle Wax. And look at the shine. It looks amazing. Like, I can pretty much see my face in it again. And as to say, the car's been sat for 6 months. Just a quick wash over, put a spritz of this all over it, you know, wipe it over and then buff it. And it looks insane. I can't wait to drive this now. I've done the bonnet and it looks amazing. Oh, mirror. Righto, all there is to do is say thanks and goodbye to my daddy-o and my brother-o. Pops? Dad?
Yeah.
Thanks very much for your help. I would give you a hug, but I can't.
No.
I guess you guys will see him maybe sometime next week when I come to pick up or drop this one off.
Yes, of course.
Of course. Right, let's go take her out for a nice ride in the sun. Thanks, Dave.
No problem.
I'm glad to.
Look like a what?
I was going to take the piss and then I thought, you've just helped me, so that's... Bye, Daddy! Right, let's go. Woo! I knew this was a bad idea, trying to film at my best friend's house. Sorry. I've come to my best friend's house today to take her out in the car because years ago we used to go for like drives out in the red car, and basically Ellie was just a nightmare and she's not to be trusted with anything. But I haven't seen her for ages and I've come back home and obviously I need to step in and see her. But she's very hungover today, so I'm going to have to be gentle with her.
Yes, please.
I'm going to take her for a walk because I think she needs it, and I can show you guys a little bit more around the car inside the interior, eh? Why I had to have new seats, I'll tell you that story in a bit as well. Dave.
Good morning, Bear. Good morning. Oh,
Don't think we're going to be able to stay here, mate.
no, they're watching us. They're going to come out.
Well, I just wanted to show everyone what the car looks like in front of the Coombe Abbey, but actually I think we are going to get moved on very quickly. I'm just going to tell everyone that I'm here to look at my new wedding venue, that I'm not getting married. Don't worry. Ah, yes. Well, seeing as Coombe Abbey wasn't a thing, Ellie's now going off to the park. She's going to go play on some swings, but I'm going to give you guys a quick walk round of the E21 because I'm aware that some people that might have joined the channel recently that you haven't seen this car before. So So this is my little 1983 316 BMW E21, and yeah, she's finished in henna, well, it's kind of henna red basically. It's very close to almost like a Mars red, you know, like Volkswagen sort of 80s colours, that sort of thing. Very popular 80s cars in red. Lots of Guards red, Porsches about, that sort of thing. I always remember the old Mark IIs in Mars red. What? You'll be fine. So she's obviously got airlift, air ride on it, but these days, you know, I don't tend to slam it down too much. I just keep it at this ride height, slightly tipped at the front, up a bit at the back. And I changed the wheels recently enough. So these are my wheels I've had since I bought the car when I was 21, so that's like 7 years ago now. These are RS073s. These are 8s all the way around, so I used to have 9s on the rear, which gave it a little bit more dish, but I changed from the 3-inch to the 2-inch dish. I think it just suits it, so they're 30 bolt centers. So these wheels are actually 15-inch centers stepped to 16, but they came like this from factory, so normally to get a 16 you'd have a 34 bolt center. Yeah, as I was saying, so they come 34 bolt with the 16s, and then I also had some custom quarter height hex nuts on there as well, which were from America years ago, and they're powder coated chrome in the center and then polished dishes, which I haven't been that great at taking care of. Polished is just not for people who aren't responsible enough to have them. So you have the Autoplast rear louver, which is a nice touch from the 80s. Same with the heck blend. Got a custom manifold back system on it as well. About 4 years ago I had the car painted completely back to bare metal, so the finish on the paintwork is just insane. It was the best money that I ever spent. Like, I couldn't really afford it at the time, but I just pushed myself to get it done, and honestly it was the best thing I ever did. And yeah, all the chrome is original. And then on the interior, so these are seats out of an old Ford RS2000, which I had retrimmed in the original Pergamon corduroy material to match with the rear bench, so everything is uniform inside. And then a nice Nardi steering wheel. I know it's a bit of a mess in here, but with the custom airlift situation here. She's fairly slick. It's my little summer cruiser. It's the car that I enjoy the most, and one of those cars that you'll just never sell. Like, I'm obsessed with it. She's so pretty. Right, I'm gonna go have a play on the play area with Ellie, because it's been a while since we've been here. This is actually our old childhood haunt. This was the village where she used to live when we were younger, and this park here was where we used to spend a lot of our time. So when I'm back home, I try and see her as much as I can and hang out, but she's a bit of a dope, bless her. She's brilliant. That is my little summer cruiser, my lovely little babe. I'll see you guys next week. I'm going off to Drift Masters next weekend. We're going to be in Latvia for the first and only round. Sad about it, but at the same time, what can you do? Coronavirus is here, and it's definitely doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. But other than that, I'll see you guys very soon. Take care, wear your mask, do your hand sanitizer, all that good stuff. Ciao.